Intercultural communication. Intercultural communication skills are those required to communicate or share information with people from other cultures and social groups. Intercultural communication requires an understanding that different cultures have different customs, standards, social norms, and even thought patterns. It also requires both knowledge and skills for understanding and empathy. Finally, good intercultural communication skills require a willingness to accept these differences and adopt of them.
Buongiorno, salam, ni hao, howdy. There are so many ways just to say hello. No matter where you are in the world, communication is important. But communicating across cultures can be pretty hard. And I don't just mean that there's a language barrier, although that can be an issue. No, I mean that cultures actually have some very different ways of communicating. Some cultures are informal. Some cultures use a whole series of ritual greetings before having a conversation. And some cultures consider it rude to show up to a meeting on time. But what do all these cultures have in common? Well, for one, you can offend each of them if you don't understand their communication practices. And we want to avoid that. So what do? Well, to put it simply, we learn to communicate. In this lesson, you will learn how to improve your intercultural communication skill.
Improving your intercultural communication skills is simply learning about other people's cultures, behaviors, and communication styles. Unlock the potential for a creative and dynamic cross-cultural environment.
These are the 5 ways to improve your intercultural communication skills. Be respectful. Treat others with respect and address them appropriately. This is especially important for closing and opening conversations. If you're unsure of how to address someone, ask first. Ask questions. Be an attentive listener. Always check for understanding and ask questions if you have any doubts. Learn about other cultures. In order to avoid insensitive comments and misunderstandings, research and learn about specific cultures. At the same time, avoid overgeneralizing and stereotyping. Each person is an individual, so try not to make assumptions about a person of another culture based on what you have learned. Instead, aim for a better understanding and more effective communication. Avoid using slang and idioms. Use specific and relevant words when speaking. Slang and idioms will not be understood by people of other cultures. Try not to put others in a position that requires them to read between the lines. Think before you speak. Clarify or rephrase your dialogue when you catch yourself saying something that may be misinterpreted. Be aware. Be aware of your body and energy. Nonverbal cues and gestures may communicate more than you think. At the same time, pay attention to and be aware of others' nonverbal cues and gestures. Let's take a review. What is intercultural communication? What are the 5 ways to improve intercultural communication skill? To understand better the discussion, please watch this video.